So welcome everyone. This is our Wednesday night training. It is January the 31st and I am so excited to end the first month of 2018, everyone on fire. And I thought we would get back to the foundation and the passion for this product. And one of my colleagues who we grew up in this business together, and Nat, like me, has been around, you must be 8 years, Natty?
9.
9, you're 9. God, that means I'm coming up to 10 because I was only a little bit before you. And Nat and I, we will definitely talk about the earlier days together. But first of all, before I get sidetracked, I just want to read you her official bio. She is a 100 Club NMD. She's been in the biz since 2008. She leads a team of beautiful hearts from her hometown way over in Perth. She loves and lives for seeing her team step into leadership. There's nothing better in this business for sure. She's also a super passionate food coach with over 10 years of experience in combining different methods for healing and vitality. Anything that's happening in the health and nutrition world, she's always at the cutting edge. She more recently launched a lifetime passion project in Uluwatu, Bali, helping women develop their skills as business women, which is right up your alley now, and to help them raise the much needed funds for medical, dental and sanitary supplies. Natalie attributes her happiness to the freedom that Juice Plus has given her for the past 9 years. And just as a side note, Nat is super funny. She made this business, she turned some of my worst days into some of my best days, because I would ring her. I distinctly remember one day ringing her when just our father-in-law, I think it was, or just someone in the family just was like trashing what we were doing, trashing what we're up to. And I was just devastated. I thought, I can't take one more no. And Nat's story was so much worse than mine about what had happened for her and what some of the lengths that some of her nearest and dearest went to. It made me feel better. So, and that's just, I value that the most about Nat. But what you're going to hear, you're in for a massive treat, because her passion, I love this product, and there is really no one better that I've ever heard across the world. I've heard a lot of people talk about Juice Plus in the last decade, but I think we're in for a massive treat here. Now, I want to start by framing this to say, please don't think that you need to know all of this, because this is a decade of being a food coach and having the most extreme, incredible knowledge, in-depth knowledge. And she is an expert. She's qualified and she can totally answer all of this. Us as distributors, we want to keep it simple and not be the expert. So I really want to frame that. We want to know this for our own belief and our own courage. But please don't think, oh my God, I'm never going to learn all of this. Okay, because she is going to knock our socks off. So Natty, over to you. I'm going to shut up and zip it, and maybe start by asking just a little bit about your business. You know, why did you finally say yes? Because a lot of people on here wouldn't know this. Just tell us that little bit about, you know, how you came in and what you actually said yes to.
Okay, so hi everyone. I'm really excited to be on Linda Evanden's call. You know, she is I know it sounds ridiculous, because I can ring her and say, hey babes, can I be on your call if I want to feed my ego? But I've just been asked yesterday if I could do this, and I was like, yay, I'm on Linda's call. Anyway, I'm excited, and it's only because she really is a gorgeous friend of mine and I love her dearly, and we've had some real trials and tribulations in this business, but we've always gone through it all with humour. Yeah. And that's the only thing we can do, because when shit hits the fan, the only thing you can do is laugh and fail forward. But you know, one of the reasons why I started the business, the biggest reason, and most people don't know this, is that I had a very strong background in events. I did events, sales, marketing, and I loved all of that. But when I had Taj, I couldn't do that because that was 24/7. And you can't be on call when you're breastfeeding, you know, it's not appropriate. I just thought, you know, what am I going to do? And I was presented this product and I was really not really into it. But Bronwyn was so convincing. She was like, it's really cool. It's a great product. You're going to love it. I'm like, great, okay. And I took it for 3 months. And then, you know, all of a sudden I had my healing. My healing was huge. For those of you who don't know, I suffered with systemic candida. I had extreme inflammation in my body. And then 3 months later, I kind of had a regular female test. And for the first time in 20 years, I had a clear test. And I've had clear tests ever since. So that was my I believe in the product moment. And then I went to work then. But the reason why I started the business was for this. There's many reasons, but this is the big reason. They have a children's health study. At the time, they had about 540,000 kids on the study in 5 countries. And at the time, I was thinking it was $17 a week, the product. So I times 17 by 542,000, and it was millions and millions of dollars that we were donating each and every year, millions of dollars that we were donating to children. So I'd worked in charities, but I had this focus with all my charity work to donate part proceeds to children's hospitals. And that's what I was doing. I was doing events to raise money for cancer research, to build hospitals, to add machinery to hospitals, all sorts of stuff. But I was really disheartened with it because they weren't not-for-profit. They were charity organisations that still had to pay staff, still had to pay marketing costs, still had to pay event costs, and none of that money that I was really, you know, donating across was actually making it for the projects that we were specifying. And it really broke my heart. So when Bron told me about the Children's Health Study, I said, so how it works is that a child gets the product for free and they can have that. At the time it was up to 2 years, but now it's up to 3 to 4 years. So that's amazing. And I was thinking, wow, this is crazy. I can be on the side of prevention rather than the side of cure, and we can outright donate product to children. Yeah. Now we have over 1.15 million children since I started 9 years ago. We've doubled those figures. That means there is millions and millions and millions of dollars donated. I don't know, something, I think it's something like $49 million is what we donate to children each and every year. That is the most remarkable statistic ever. In actual fact, I think I might be incorrect. If somebody wants to correct me, please do. 17 times 1.15 million times it by 52 is the correct number, and I think it's 500 million. So anyway, I'm not great at maths. That's not why I joined the business. Don't ask me to read reports. That's what Bronwyn does for me. But I'm really passionate about this product. I'm really passionate about prevention, and I really, really, really know that this is a pathway, a simple, easy solution for people to get enough nutrition in their body each and every day. I want to give you a great example. I'm now day 10 on a juice cleanse. And first 4 days, I decided to do my juice cleanse without Juice Plus in my system. And I was so tired, exhausted. I was getting enough nutrition from all the fruit and vegetable that I was juicing, but I wasn't getting the variety and I wasn't getting the specific content that Juice Plus provides. So then day 5, I said, I'm going to add Juice Plus in now. I added in 3, 3 and 3, and all of a sudden, 2 hours later, completely perked up. Now the juice cleanse is absolutely easy. I have a friend doing this juice cleanse with me. She's doing it without Juice Plus. She's struggling, completely struggling. It's like day 10 and she's like, I'm so hungry. And I'm like, oh, I'm not. I'm satisfied because I'm getting the balance of nutrition. So it's really important to understand that Juice Plus is actually a profound formula for healing. It's a profound formula for adding in a variety of nutrition that actually services the entire body. It services, you know, your skin health. It services your digestive health. It services your skin health. We have all these studies that shows all of this. And it's just this crazy simple thing that we can do each and every day. Now, Linda's talking about the fact that when I do talk about Juice Plus, sometimes I go into a very strong science background. Sometimes I go into acute detail. I want to frame this again for every single person. Every single one of you that is listening to me today, please know it took me 10 years to get this confident. And for the first 18 months, I did not speak at one event. I was not confident at all. I was super nervous, and it was Celine that challenged Linda and I to actually go and make Party Plan cool. Now, that was really hard, but we did it, and look where we are, and, you know, we just absolutely love what we do. So let's talk about the product. First of all, most of us don't understand that there is a simple system to health. There is your nervous system that needs to be supported, and then your digestive system needs to be supported secondly, and then thirdly, your immune system needs to be supported. There are 3 systems, and they must 100% be supported every time you eat a meal and every time you supplement. And when people just take an omega, but they don't take a multi or don't take a probiotic, it doesn't service all 3 systems. So they don't often always feel so good. But if you take a mega for your nervous system, if you take your Juice Plus fruit, veg and berry blend for your immune system, and then if you take your complete for your digestive system, that's where the power is in these products. So I always say to everybody, the package we have is the fruit, veg and berry blend plus the omegas plus a sachet of complete each and every day. If that feels unaffordable for you, pull back, try the fruit, veg, berry blend and omegas, or the fruit, veg, berry blend and the complete. Which one would you like to choose? So I do this thing with people because it's just the way I feel. It's not because I'm trying to sell anything to anyone. I believe if you don't actually service the body correctly with these 3 things that light you up from the inside, you can't function at a high level. You can't be intelligent or as intelligent as you know you can be. You can't be acutely alert like you know that you can be. You don't have enough energy. You don't feel as good as you could be. You know, you need to understand that we have these 3 products because they service the 3 systems of the body. So let's talk about fruit, veg and berry blend to start with. When I first started, we just had fruit and veg blend, and I got a profound result from that because it was just more than I'd ever eaten before. And it was 10 different servings of veg, 10 different servings of fruit. And it was a live, whole food concentrate. Live, not dead. So because it was live, it was active and bioavailable to the cells. So it was kind of like bombing the body with good nutrition. It's kind of like throwing, you know, hundreds and thousands on your white bread. Do you know what I mean? To make yourself a little, whatever they're called, I can't remember what they're called. But the thing is, it's about getting all of the colours of nutrition into your body. Now, I felt great on that. But then when we put the berry blend in our body as well, circulation issues started to clear up, skin health started to get really you know, the skin thickness was getting thicker on people, but also I felt like my skin was more beautiful. But the fruit, the veg and the berry blend are a profound formula because the fruit is your vitamin blend, your veg is your mineral blend, and your berry blend is your antioxidant blend. You've got fruit, veg and berry. You've got minerals, vitamins and antioxidants, which is the 3 large categories that you need for immune health. Then we've got this amazing formula, the omegas. Now, the omegas are being a plant-based omega and having all the amino acid chains. I mean, I don't know if people know that you have to have a string of amino acid chains in your body each and every day, and that Juice Plus actually provides that. So that's, sorry, I'm actually incorrect there. I'm just going to stop there. That's actually the complete, not the omegas. The omegas have got the 5 different types of plants in it, but you've got, it's vegan, and it's actually based from seaweed. So you're looking at the algae that starts the natural flora and fauna system from scratch. Without that, we don't have small fish, then we don't have bigger fish, then we don't have big fish, then we don't have sharks, then we don't have whales. So this phytoplankton that we actually have in our product is actually a very active source of omegas for the human body. Now, marine phytoplankton in a vial to buy is $100. And we get this amazing supply into the body over a 120-day period, plus all these additionals in there. Now, the thing about omegas is that it lubricates the nervous system. Now, your nervous system is basically the biggest network of tubes that just run throughout the body. Now, if we just take out our lungs, for example, and we line up all the tubes from the lungs alone, you have got the space and area of a tennis court with all your nervous system. That's how big it is. So we need to meditate, we need to drink water, and we need to eat fat to lubricate the nervous system. Fat is the myelin sheath that wraps around the nerve, and it's the conductor for messaging. And without it, you get raw nerves and you shake, and you get anxiety, and you get a sense of scattiness and aloofness. And if your nervous system isn't correctly supported with good quality fats, such as our omega blend, such as avocados, such as fish fats, such as nuts and seeds, and olives and coconuts, they're all amazing food fats, but then we can support it also with this incredible omega blend. So therefore, we've got our nervous system supported and our immune system supported with our fruit, veg, and berry blend. Now we've got this complete formula, which has the entire amino acid chain in it, in the protein field. And then it has amazing, amazing amounts of, vegetable concentrates. And sorry, everyone.
You're back.
Yep, got me back. So it is an incredible, incredible, incredible formula for gut health. It's got the protein, and it's got the plant-based carbohydrates in it. It's got the full chain of amino acids in it. It is a macronutrient formula, which means that it gives you energy like that. So when you have energy that is instant, that is coming from macro foods. Micronutrition comes from your fruit, veg, and berry blend capsules. So micronutrition is the stuff that gets in there and works slowly over time and builds up in the cell and provides immune health. And then the complete is what you feel straight away, that macronutrition. It's the guys with big muscles and have got, a lot of strength and pack in it. So when you actually use all the products, this is when you feel really, really good. But then you can take it one step further. Sleep well, drink enough water, meditate daily, say your gratitude, and eat tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of vegetables. Now, why when I say that, people go, what do you mean? Well, vegetables will keep you in a state of alkalinity, and fruit will keep you in a state of acidity. So you can have a piece of fruit here, there, and everywhere. Probably just in the morning is better, and probably 1 or 2 pieces is maximum. But eating vegetables across the course of the day is the best way to actually feel the most incredible feeling you can in your body. But back it up with your products, and then all of a sudden you have incredible health. So we have an amazing product. This whole line of products is incredible. What I love about it the most is that we only have 3 products. We have our concentrates, and our oils, and then we have our complete, and obviously we have the gummies for kids, but it is the concentrate in the gummy formula. But it's so easy. It's so easy. It is like just adding a fruit salad to your diet. It's like adding a salad to your diet. It's like adding a bowl of berries to your diet. It's like adding good fats, nuts and seeds to your diet. It's that easy and that simple. And so, when I sit with people often, some distributors often say to me, I get all the time that people think it's expensive. I go, well, you're not building value in what it is. You know, this product actually works in the most magical way. Let's say the human body is a piano keyboard. Let's say we start from one end of the keyboard and we move to the other side of the keyboard from the beginning of the day to the end of the day. If you've had a stressful day, let's just take off some of the keys off the keyboard, because what you've done is you've used a lot of energy from the stores in the body, and you've actually put a lot of pressure on the body, and you've created illness. So if you've maybe yelled at the kids in the morning and you screamed out the door and you didn't eat breakfast, maybe you started your day with your coffees, maybe you didn't eat lunch and you worked all the way through, and you sat under lights in your office that were fluorescent, you know, your boss yelled at you, you leave work, you've got traffic, you've got the aircon in the car, you get home, you eat a really shitty meal, you stay up really late and watch crappy television, you don't have any connection with your husband. Let's just take off 50% of those keys on that keyboard. And what Juice Plus actually does is basically unhealthy life. Let's call it an unhealthy life. Juice Plus will keep you at the same level each and every day. But if you decide to live a healthy life and take Juice Plus, you will advance in your intelligence, you'll advance in your metabolism, you'll advance in your general sense of well-being, you'll advance in your relationships, your sex life will change. So many amazing things happen when you are consciously eating what God put on the planet for us to eat in the first place. And when I say that, it's not a religious connotation, it basically just is a statement that, hey, there's this amazing food that's on the planet that we're supposed to eat each and every day. And when you add Juice Plus on top of that, then what you have is incredible energy. So eating, you know, a smoothie in the morning and having a salad in the day and having meat and veggies at night time, or whatever, however you choose to eat, but making sure it's full of plants and organic and biodynamic is best where possible. Then you add in your Juice Plus. This is the power. And what our job is to do is to educate people and say, you can take your Juice Plus each and every day and you're going to feel a little bit better. If we also give you a food program, we help teach you that you need, you know, 5, 7, 9 cups of fruit and veg each and every day. You can do it in a juice, you can do it in a smoothie, you can do it in a salad, you can do it with, you know, veggies at night time. If we teach you to get into good habits, you're going to have the most incredible results. Now, when you have incredible results from your customers because you care for them at the highest level, you know, what you have is a story. These people have stories of healing. And when they have a story, they just want to share it with so many people. And then they become your raving fans, and then they become your greatest distributors. And so each person I actually, you know, share Juice Plus with, I'm thinking this is my next NMD. This is a person that will have their story. This is a person that will see what I see, as long as I can teach them that joyful life, the most joyful life, can be obtained with Juice Plus.
Natty, I've got so many amazing questions here. But I want to be respectful of your time. Yeah. Do you, first of all, I'd love you to expand even more on Complete. What separates us from, say, the Aldi sachet for $3 that's, you know, the Slim Fast or, you know, the whey protein? And then I'd love to just go down memory lane when we went to the factory. I just think so many people have not heard me talk too much about that, and just what that meant for us so long ago, building our own belief to really bring back that foundation of, oh my God, what we have is world class. There's really nothing else like it. So.
Okay, so first of all, there isn't anything like Juice Plus on the planet, and trust me, I get given sachets and samples of products from every company. They send to me all the time. People want me to represent their products. At the moment, I've got this product in my office, which is a hemp product, and people are saying it's the best protein in the world, and this is going to be everyone's protein smoothie moving forward, and it's going to help people with pain and cancer and all the rest of it. And do you know what? It's a great formula, but it still is substandard in comparison to what we have. So with the Complete, what we have is a whole food meal. It's a meal. It's not a supplement, and it's not a meal replacement. It's actually a meal. So it has all the right proteins. It has all the plant-based proteins in it. And that covers off on all the amino acid chains. Everything's there. So you don't need a steak. You just can have your Complete. Then you have all your superfood formulas, and then you have your vegetable concentrates in that formula. So those two things, superfoods are really, really profound way to get additional nutrition into your diet. It's kind of like, okay, so a head of broccoli has a certain amount of nutrition, but a handful of sprouts, broccoli sprouts, a little handful, has the same amount of nutrition. Superfoods is really highly concentrated nutrition. So we have highly concentrated nutrition in the Complete. Then there is a very, very good balance of sugars in there. Now people say, oh, it's really high in sugar. I go, what do you mean? What do you mean? And they go, well, it's really high in sugar in comparison. I said, yeah, but the thing is, what you've got to understand is the sugars that are put into Juice Plus assimilate well in the body and create metabolism, because these sugars convert glucose to glycogen in the muscles. So when people take it pre or post workout, it actually actively helps people build muscle. And it actually actively helps people protect their muscle from breaking down in the oxidation process when they're overtraining, because training too hard causes a lot of damage in the body. But Juice Plus Complete actually protects it. Now, if you want to talk about other supplements out there, most of them have synthetic ingredients in them. You know, we have high quality supplements in ours, but we don't have lots of yucky, chalky, synthetic. Like, you can taste the difference between protein powder and protein powder. But Complete has a really beautiful taste. And that's your body's way of saying, hey, this is good for you, right? This is actually, we know it's healthy, but it actually is good for you when it tastes as good as it does. So it is a really, really profound formula. And it's got a prebiotic in it, which actually stimulates gut health. So it actually turns on the gut, and it actually lights it up before it's processed. So, you know, that's another thing that people need to understand. And I love the Complete, but I can tell you right now, hand on my heart, for 2 years, I just watched it. I wasn't sure if it was for me.
Watched it.
Totally, Linda, I was like, I was so staunchly stubborn. I was like, you know what, I've had Candida, and Candida is, you know, it's all sugar. And I just take it. And you know what? I was wrong. I was so wrong. And what happened was Stevie really got into me and said, babe, I'm not going to teach you about Complete. You're going to go learn about it, and you're going to ask the right questions. And so I just learnt and learnt and learnt and learnt and learnt and learnt and learnt. And you know what? A lot of people aren't prepared to put in the hard work and learn about our products. But I can tell you right now, if you do, you will become a 100 Club NMD. I promise you that, because then you get this incredible confidence around, you know, the fact that we have this infallible product that actually works. But it's probably not the best advice to give you, because we don't want you spending hours and hours and hours and hours and hours on studying. So what I used to do is I used to study the product between 11 and 12 at night. And the reason being is because no one was online. That was my study time.
Yeah.
So, you know, but that's if you're dedicated. That's if you want this.
And I did, I had a similar experience. I've always had one a day for as long as I can remember. And when eating programs came out and recommended 2, that's what I was watching and kind of going, oh, that sounds a bit replacement-like to me, low on calories or something else. And I was the same. I couldn't be more wrong and really had to eat my words too and experience it, because after 3 or 4 days of adding into wherever you want it or need it most in the day, it's incredible. And what I notice about Complete is if I don't have it in the morning, I eat crap for the day. There's something, it's like a good food anchor for me. It keeps me craving better. And it's kind of like switching off the hunger alarm or the malnourishment alarm. It just quietens down because we're actually getting nourished at that cellular level. So that's amazing info about Complete. Can you share, like it's one of the highlights of my whole Juice Plus journey was going to the factory in San Diego. First of all, it's an open door policy. Can you imagine not many producers of any sort of product are going to open their door that you can take a factory tour. Like if factories had glass windows, they say, we wouldn't eat almost anything if we knew what went on and what went in a lot of products. What is just amazing, I have so many memories from that, but can you just from your point of view of what you've seen and studied since, and I remember quite a bit from that, but I remember you taking furious notes, and I've heard you talk about that before. Can you share that with us?
I mean, until I've seen the factory, now I've been there 3 times, but until I've seen that, you know, I couldn't even envision where our product came from and how it was made. But the thing is, what you must understand is that these are giant vats, giant vats that look like cement mixers. Stainless steel worth $1 billion each, $1 billion per machine. Do you know, like, sorry, actually that's incorrect again. It's $1 million per vat. There's 4 of them,
Right.
but the facility cost $1 billion to set up.
Yeah, like, I've no doubt.
I have to get those numbers right because, you know, we don't want Chinese whispers going left, right and centre.
No.
And I've just had 6 weeks off holidays. So this is my first rodeo show back from holidays, right? Anyway, so, you know, it is something amazing. Now, what I loved about it more than anything else was that I couldn't see a speck of dust anywhere, and it's a massive facility. Not only that, we all had to wear these white suits, we had to wear these caps, we had to wear these gloves, we had to wear everything. We weren't allowed to have a cold and flu in the last 2 weeks. But when we stepped from room to room, from the cherry room to the pineapple room, we stepped on these sticky mats. So we didn't take a trace of pineapple to the cherry room. Right? And I just thought, this is just nuts. They don't cross-contaminate. They treat each and every fruit and vegetable separately, and they test each fruit and vegetable separately. They make sure that it is live, it's intact, it doesn't have any known, adaptogens or contaminants or carcinogens. There's no wheat, no yeast, no gluten, in America, no gluten. Here we have to say, undetectable levels of gluten, but we have 20 parts per million. Yeah. That drives me nuts.
And do you remember all the lab people that are like on the video, the official video, they're doing their pipettes and they're testing, and you're like, yeah, they're just for the video. But when we got there, it really was Willy Wonka like fruit and veggie land, and there really was people in the lab doing pipettes and testing, and it was extreme, wasn't it? And the thing that struck me was it smelled like vegetable soup. The entire thing smelled like, have you guys ever opened up your capsules, mix them a bit with water, smell them, and it's so concentrated, and it reminded us we're one of the world's largest fruit and veggie companies. That's what we are. And can you just indulge us, because I love how you know about the 5th generation farms, and many of them are hand-picked, how their growing techniques and their soil testing, and like, what's your favourite fruit or vegetable to kind of take us through the journey of from the farm to the capsule? What's your favourite?
So the pepper is in charge of all of that overseeing the quality control with the farming. And this woman has 6 or 7 degrees. She's an amazing human being. But when I spoke to her, she was saying there's a regulation they have to have. First of all, they have to be 3rd or 4th generation farmer, right? They have to rotate all their crops. They have to have organic farming methods. Now, they may not have organic certification because they might have a farm that's 10 k's down the road that's spraying and it blows downwind, but they have to have organic farming techniques. It's all monitored by Juice Plus, and they have to have a strict regime around their growing practices. And if it doesn't fit in that, Juice Plus boots them out. Now, the thing is, this is the cool thing, right? The reason why Juice Plus is so cheap, you guys actually know it's cheap here. It's ridiculously inexpensive, like $4 a day for 30 different servings of fruits and vegetables. I mean, when somebody says to me, oh, look, the product's really unaffordable, it's very exorbitant, I think to myself, I mean, can you go to the organic store and get 30 serves of fruits and vegetables and make up a giant salad for $4? You can't. This is the most profound formula. But do you know how we get it so cheap? I'll tell you how it works. Juice Plus goes direct to the farmer and pays them a salary for whatever yield they can produce. But we have strict farming practices that produces excellent quality and high yield. So lots of fruit and veg. So we monitor how they grow it. And so we also monitor the size of the farms, and we make sure we get enough yield, so enough fruit and veg. So what happens is we've cut out 8 different middlemen before you buy your bananas off the shelf. So your bananas might be $3.99 a kilo, right? But they actually only cost a cent or 5 cents or 8 cents to grow in some cases, each banana.
And there's our connection unstable again.
Straight to the farmer, and we pay the farmer. We're getting all sorts of interruptions. Sorry, guys. So we go directly to the farmer. We pay the farmers a salary, and they get that guaranteed for 10 to 25 years, depending on what type of farm they are. So we're getting guaranteed high quality, high yield produce for our product. And then we pulp it directly from the farm, and then we get it back as quickly as we can. We get a 2 to 3 hour window in cold vat storage to the facility, where they put it into these giant vats and they dehydrate it at low temperatures. They don't heat treat it, they don't freeze it, it's low temperatures. And what that does is it keeps the enzymes intact, and it spins in this massive vat. And you know, if you go to the beach and you dive in the ocean and you get out and you look at your skin later and it's got salty, you got a salt on your skin. Well, the way these vats work is that the salt and the sugar sticks to the middle of the vat, and all the actual residue hits the bottom. Just like a cold pressed juice, you get the sediment down the bottom. It's exactly the same. So we get all the sediment down the bottom, and then we test it for sugars, we test it for wheat, we test it for yeast, we test it for gluten, we test it for molds, viruses, bacteria, heavy metals. We test it for all of that. No known contaminants, and then we put it into capsules and give it to our clients. And guys, I don't even know why the whole of Australia isn't taking it to raise our cellular vibration, so we actually are the healthiest people on the planet. You know, it's amazing. And, you know, I'm 44 this year, and I feel amazing. I feel the best I've ever felt. Almost 10 years on this product now, and I feel incredible. And I have to say, hand on heart, the only thing I've really suffered with is jet lag and skin cancers, and that's because I'm in the sun way too much and I shouldn't be. But anyway, you know, so which is really super naughty. But you know, the thing is, I could have had 10,000 more, but I think all the damage was done before Juice Plus. But what I'm really saying, guys, is that if you don't understand that you have got the most miraculous formula in your hands and you can actually transform somebody's life, then you need to go and read more. You need to educate yourself more. You need to get on more calls about the product. You need to listen and ask big bloody questions. You even need to get on the plane, go to the US, and you need to get to that facility.
Yeah, it truly is. And there's been some questions flying by. Sorry for my internet connection. I'm not sure what's going on. But someone asked, what if people say, I eat enough fruit and veggies? What do you say? I know what I say, but what do you say?
I usually say, you know what? I used to think I did too. And I just couldn't understand why I still had this niggle of systemic candida, this inflammatory load in my body for 20 years. I couldn't understand why someone who was a vegan, someone who was really healthy, someone who was training as hard as I was training, someone who had a positive nature was still tracking with systemic candida, and it was really, really messing with my health.
Yeah.
And I tried Juice Plus, and I had the same feeling as you. I thought, I'm not really sure if this is going to work, but what happens if it's the last thing that I ever have to try? Right? What happens if it's the last thing that I ever have to try? Because I've tried fucking everything, right?
Right.
I tried it, and 3 months later, I had my very first clear pap smear.
Yeah.
Very first in 20 years. And then I went, oh my God. When I said to my doctor, Dr. Jane Rawls, I said to her, what do you think's different? And she said, well, what are you doing different? And I said, well, I'm only taking Juice Plus. She goes, well, I've heard that's a very good formula, and I've seen some pretty healthy candidates walk into my office on that formula.
Yeah.
That's all she said to me, and I went, right, I am completely sold. And you know what? I've had my regular tests for the last 9-10 years, and I've had healthy cervix ever since. And I can tell you right now, guys, that for 20 years, I suffered with this awful condition, and I had so many operations on my cervix, lesions removed. I had 7 lesions removed off my cervix.
Yeah, wow.
So it was way too much for me. I couldn't cope all the time. I was like,
Yeah.
I don't understand. It was taking away my feminine power. I didn't feel sexy. I didn't feel attractive. I didn't feel like any man wanted to make love to me. Do you know, I know I'm getting into the nitty gritty, and there's probably boys on the call, but get used to it because girls do talk like this, you know. But the thing is, right, when I can't believe that Juice Plus just bridged the gap.
Yeah.
So if you think you eat too much fruit and veg, if you think you eat enough fruit and veg, but you're still suffering with things and you're still not happy with your life, why not just give it a go for 4 months?
Yeah. And so you kind of covered cost. I'm just trying to think of what are some of the other the main questions or semi-objections that sometimes we might get. When we talk about that Juice Plus is living, without like too much detail on enzymes or whatever, if someone says to you, well, what is Juice Plus? What's your 10-second answer on that one?
I just say it's a live whole food formula. I said the TGA in Australia has actually have given us an accreditation of being a whole food medicine, which means we are a live whole food formula that actively works inside the cell to transform things in a positive way. So it's like having a giant fruit salad, a giant salad, and a giant bowl of berries just bombed into your body each and every day. And when we can't afford berries, when we can't afford particular types of fruit and veg, we can't get the variety, when we have busy days, where we're not perfect all the time, Juice Plus just bridges the gap. That's what I say.
Yeah. And what about, I just want to try it. Can I just order a month?
So the one thing that I say to everybody, I said, nobody just tries to be healthy for a month. Like, it has to be a lifestyle choice. And I'm not going to sell it to you 1 month at a time, because I can tell you right now, it didn't work for me for 3 months. And I don't want to be a consultant that doesn't honour your health as much as I honour my own. So I'll give it to you for 4 months, and I will track you for 4 months. But what I want you to know in that first 4 months is that the blood turns over every 120 days. So the first 120 days is a detox. The second 120 days is when we get our mojo back and our health. And then at the next 120 days after that is when you see the real healing begin. And what I'm doing is I'm framing it so they know that it's a lifestyle choice, because the statistics are that by the time someone's ordered the 3rd box, 80% of those people stay on the product for life.
Yeah. That's
so
90%. Stay on for long. Oh, I just want to, I'm being all of my most annoying people. I just want to order the greens.
Okay, so I understand that you think you don't eat enough greens in your diet, but our product is specifically designed, fruit, veg and berry blend, to synergistically and harmoniously work in the body to raise a vibration. If you take one, it might make a small impact, but you won't feel it like you would as if you take all three. So, you know, we don't separate the fruit and veg. You'll at least have to try the fruit and veg. And then what I'm going to ask you to do is make sure you have berries in your diet every single day and rotate through those berries so you're getting enough good quality nutrition. But as you know, berries are very expensive. It's going to cost you $5 a day, which is the same price as the berry blend anyway.
Yeah, awesome. So my personal trainer, I can't eat fruit. So, yeah. But yeah, so it looks like I can't have Juice Plus. What do you think about that?
Well, there's no detectable levels of sugar in Juice Plus. There is no detectable levels of sugar in Juice Plus. Please know that fruit blend is sugar-free. And when people say, oh, I can't have the fruit blend, oh, I can't have this because it's got all this fruit in it, you can have it.
Yep.
And I've seen people with severe allergic reactions to certain things that are in our product take it. I had a severe allergic reaction to pineapple. Every time I'd have it, my throat and my mouth would swell up. And I don't know why I did. Do you know I was in my 3rd month of Juice Plus and then I read the packet and it said pineapple. And I just laughed. I thought, oh, God.
Actually, and this is common enough that it's good for people to know. Why can people take Juice Plus when they can have all kind of digestive issues and usually all of the things, if there's 2 or 3 ingredients that they've been told to absolutely avoid at all costs, why is it not only okay to take a lot of the time, but healing?
So most of our digestion happens in our mouth. Right? So Juice Plus is not digested in the mouth. By the time it hits our system after the 12 minutes, it hits a certain part of our digestion, and that part of our digestion can actually absorb nutrition straight through the lymphatic system into the bloodstream very, very quickly. And so it simply just sorts out your digestion from the back end. It's kind of like not at the stomach level. It's kind of not at the mouth level. It's at a part of the digestion where the body can handle it a lot better. Now, I have seen very few people not be able to take Juice Plus. Very, very few. But if anyone comes to me with any kind of issue or worry or query or disease, what I say to them is, can you take 1, 1 and 1? And not take 2, 2 and 2. Just do that for a week and let's just monitor things. But if someone's acutely allergic to things and they have anaphylaxis, what I say to them is, let's try the fruit on the skin. Let's just watch what happens there. Now let's just put the veg on the skin. Let's just have a look at the berry on the skin and let's have a look at that first, because you know it's not gonna hurt them on the skin, but it will internally. And then what I say to them is, look, I just want you to take a little bit of the veggie capsule on the tongue and then try that for a week. And then I want you to try the berry for a week. And then I want you to try the fruit for a week and just see how you go. Then ingest 1 of each a week and then ingest 2 of each. I mean, Lorian's a perfect example. I mean, he wasn't even taking the product originally because he was really worried about his digestion. Then he got his digestion in check and he started taking Juice Plus and everything really changed for him. He struggled with a lot of foods in his diet. I mean, I don't know if you're on the call, Lorian, but you know, you might be able to add to that and maybe you can correct me if I've got that wrong. But I know that, you know, it was a concern for him, and look at him now.
Yeah, it was a big one. Someone's just asked me, can you please ask her about the people that claim that they have the MTHFR gene and can't have folate?
Okay, so there isn't enough folate in Juice Plus to affect that gene. And Tamara has done a lot of research around this as a doctor, and we're so lucky to have her.
Yes.
But Tamara has that gene herself. And
wow.
She's been on us for 17 years.
That's
So,
a good answer.
and you know, people are so misinformed around how that mutation actually can be affected. But because our product's so clean and we have very low levels of folate in there, it doesn't affect it at all. And we've had lots of people with that. I mean, there are, you know, that quite possibly we're talking to a group of people right now, and 10% of you or 20% of you could have this gene mutation right now, but you haven't even been tested for it. And you're on Juice Plus and you feel great, right? So it is a bit of a fallacy, and people just go so crazy into that, you know? And I've got lots of clients with that gene and they're perfectly fine and they have been for a long time. But, you know, if anyone was going to be able to tell you that there was a problem with the product, it would be Tamara.
And has she kind of put anything together that we could actually refer to on that?
No.
Do you know, Natty?
No, she can't.
It's too hard. Yeah.
She can't be involved in that. But look, I can tell you right now, she'd be open to doing calls for your team if you ever want a specific call around those big, nasty questions.
Yeah.
And I think, you know, Tamara and I, she's very science and I'm very fluffy. You know, I know you guys don't think I'm fluffy, but the thing is I'm fluffy in comparison to her. Very succinct and like specific. But I will say to you that, you know, it really is such a misconception with that gene.
Yeah, it is. And like, what other company, this is what's amazing, because what we don't want to get into as everyday distributors is diagnosing and over-promising and under-delivering. We want to stick with our facts and our research, and we're the most researched product of our kind on the planet. So we have the facts right behind us. And I love, you know, that any question that you have, that I never heard of half of these conditions before I did Juice Plus. I had no idea so many people were suffering so much with their health. And what we're able to do is email a team of doctors who are qualified, who are the experts, and who are there to support us for this reason exactly. Because they know that we're not just going to send people away and say, I'm not sure about that answer. We actually want the answers. So I love that confidence that we can get on the phone with someone and say, I'm not qualified to answer that. I'm not an expert. What I can tell you is I personally have heard of so many incredible stories. That's what I want to share with you, that what if this could help you too? Would it be helpful, you know, if we ask your very specific question to one of our qualified doctors that's been working with our company and knows this product inside out, back to front, and answers thousands of questions every week? Would it be helpful if we got their official answer to your specific question? And people are always blown away by that. What company can you do that? And sure enough, every time I email, hello, Dr. Carlos, within 24 hours, they kind of say 48, but it's usually, because there's a certain amount. I can't imagine they get new questions, many new ones these days, because there are a lot of the same questions. But again, you know, this call was about our belief of this product has been around 25 years now, or 27. And the company's, you know, 47, right? These guys know what they're doing, and it's based around this one hero product that has such a high retention, that has such incredible results with all of this research like nothing else on the planet. And the simple truth that we want to know is because it works. People aren't going to stay on it. They're not going to keep reordering. They're not going to keep reinvesting every single month if they weren't having these health changes that people see. And I look at you, Nat, I look at me, you know, I'll be 43 in a few weeks, you're 44. And I know that my health, my energy, my skin, especially all those things I used to be plagued with are a thing of the past. So our health keeps improving. Wherever you're at now, if you're a 1 year taking Juice Plus or a 2 year compared to the 5 year, it just keeps getting better. I honestly really believe that there is an annual compounding of healing that goes on the longer that you're on these products. So it's an hour We have just had the most amazing, I can see people have had their head down, furiously writing, panicking that this might not have been recorded so they can watch it back and learn some of this verbiage. Thank you so, so much.
Oh my gosh, I said sorry for the swearing then. I just get so excited. I've never, 10 years down the track, I'm still excited about this product. I've just seen too many people's lives change for the better.
Yes.
And
that's why we'll never stop doing what we do, ever, because a life can change so dramatically, and the flow-on effect of one mother having more energy and not feeling as anxious flows on to the relationship, and it flows on to family, and it's so simple and yet so profound. And when we can remember that and just hold that in our heart, we don't need to be that expert, but we can just say, you know what, it's helped me. Let me tell you what it did for my friend and what it's done for my family. That's what I know to be true. What if this can help you? And we have all the best resources at our fingertips on all the specifics that you could ever need to know. The questions being asked, I guarantee. So thank you everyone for joining this full hour. I'm just going to put everyone on gallery view so you guys can just visually give Nat a huge wave and hugs and hearts and say thank you so, so much. We're honoured, and I'd love to have you back again soon and we can talk about the business journey. Thank you, my love.
All right.
Bye,
Guys,
everyone. Bye.
Bye.
Amazing.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.